You are looking at a great course map from the first post-pandemic Tough Viking. We got a stacked field here today. We have some athletes from Sweden, from Norway, from Finland and from Denmark. It's gonna be a high quality race. And off they go! They're starting by running through a bunch of tires. After the tire, they're slowly gonna increase the steep of the hill, and the first kilometer will be a really long uphill running. Amongst this stacked field, we have some really serious athletes. We have Martin Bäckström, who last year became the first ever Swedish obstacle course racing champion. We have Kimi Vignell, who is the military obstacle champion. We have Kristoffer Adolfsson, who last year won Toughs Oslo, and also managed to get in the final at Red Bull Concrete Castle. We have Pontus Sjöblom, who got second at the Finnish champion last year. We of course also have the European champion Leon Kufu. We also have Jürgen Truffelt, who's a great hill runner. This is a really hilly course, so this might fit him. You can also see the third place person from last year's Swedish Championship, Jens Edberg, in the mix. But even though the quality of this athlete is high, you can expect them to take a little bit more easy approach. Tough Viking is usually a training race for these guys, so they can prepare for the rest of the season. We can already see that Kimi and Martin has gained a little bit of a lead, down to the third place Jürgen Truffelt. It's a little bit surprising to see that the two of the best on the obstacle efficiency are already taking the lead on the uphill running. I was expecting someone a little more running strong to taking the lead. But I also know that both Martin and Kim is doing this as a training, so maybe they are training to see how hard they can start in a race, so maybe they even started a little bit too hard. As you can see, it's a very long uphill running. These guys are keeping a super high pace. They are down on a 4 minutes per kilometer pace. And for you who do not know, Martin is the one in the candy cane costume, while Kimi Vignell is the one in black. I do not think that Martin started hard, he just smiled a little bit at the camera. Kim is also looking quite fresh, and we can see that Jürgen is down on third place, and Jürgen runs in the mountains every day, so we can only assume that he is also fresh. They are almost up on the top of the hill. On the top they will meet the jerrycan carry. As they now are reaching the top, they have ran about 900 meters, and it took them about 3 minutes and 40 seconds, which is super impressive since it's a steep uphill and they also had a crawling. You can see that now when they're starting the carrying, that Martin has extended his lead about 5 seconds down to Kimi Vignell. And you can see now in the pack that's after Kimi, we have Jürgen Truffelt, we have Kristoffer Adolfsson, both from Norway. After them we had Joey Bolin, the leading female. We also had Leon Kufu. We also had Jens Edberg in the red race vest. They're only gonna go one lap around this building. And you can see now Pontus Sjöblom is heading in with his yellow and blue shorts. As at the same time as Martin is coming out with Kimi Vignell and Jürgen Truffelt right after Kimi. Looks like Jürgen has caught up a little bit on Kimi. Martin is now heading out in a really high pace. He was down now on a 3:20 pace, which is super fast, especially after that carry. The next obstacle we're gonna meet in about 100 meters is the monkey bar. I will be expecting Martin to do the monkey bar quite smooth. He trains on a monkey bar almost every week. He's jumping out, he's doing a far reach, and yeah, he's doing no backswing, really smooth and beautiful. Jürgen and Kim are doing more military style, so they're grabbing more bars. And you can now see the fourth person coming, and Leon Kufu right after. It's jumping out, stucks a little bit. You can see Leon now doing their long reach and also skipping the backswing. Jens is doing longer reach, and Kristoffer Adolfsson is doing the military style. Joey Bolin is also doing the military style, while Alexander Lidberg is doing the long swing. I also managed to see that Ulf Pedersen was doing the long reach. This was great to see. we could see a bunch of different techniques. You could see Martin in the beginning, he did a long jump out and then he skipped the backswing all the way through, making it look super smooth. You could see Kimi Vignell and Kristoffer Adolfsson among some other guys doing the military style. They're using a couple of more bars and taking a little bit more time. You could see Alexander Lidberg, Jens Edberg and Ulf Pedersen. They were doing the long reach but with using a backswing. It takes a little bit longer time than how Martin did it, but it takes about the same time as the military style. The top 3 guys, Martin, Kimi and Jürgen, has now a huge lead. They're all gonna be able to finish the log carry without anyone else having starting it yet. As they're running here next to the duck puddle, they are closing up into the next obstacle. It's a military obstacle called Irish Table. For you who has seen an Irish Table before, this is a little bit different. This Irish Table has a wall. And you can see now when Martin is getting up that he's actually using that wall to get some momentum and getting up quite good. Kimi Vignell is doing more a jumping style, but they both are super strong on this kind of obstacle and they both make it look so much easier than it is. If you have tried this yourself, you're gonna notice there's nothing to grab on the top, so it's quite hard. Martin is sprinting through the crawling obstacle with a barrier technique. Kimi Vignell is right after in the same lane and putting a little bit extra pressure on Martin. Next up they're gonna go down to the rings, where I know that Martin has practiced some new techniques as he's gonna try. It looks like Martin is hesitated for a half second, which gives Kimi the chance to catch up with him, but Martin is now jumping a ring and skipping one backswing and taking the lead over Kimi. But now Martin is missing a ring and Kimi is doing the smooth classical ring swing and taking the lead, but Martin is regaining the lead by jumping the last ring. Jürgen Trusselt is now in the ring at the same time as the guys is jumping out. They are now heading into the fire obstacle where they're gonna jump 4 fire jumps. They're now gonna jump down to the water. The water is ice and cold and they need to get down pretty deep to get under the beam. Jens Edberg and Leon Kofod is also done with the rings and we can now see Kristoffer Adolfsson getting out of the rings, followed by Alexander Lidberg, Ulf Pedersen and Pontus Sjöblom. You could see how Pontus also did that smooth technique when he skips a backswing because he jumps to one ring and keeping the momentum forward. They are heading into the more technical trail now. The cameraman will not be able to follow them in here, but we're gonna meet up with them in just a few seconds. We can now see that Martin is getting out all by himself. Okay, so apparently Kimi has misstepped in the woods and sprained his ankle. A terrible start for the season for Kimi. It's quite a hard trail out there. It's a lot of leaf laying around over all rocks and roots, so it's not a strange thing that he did mess up. We can only hope for the best for Kimi, that he's having a quick recover so he can manage to do the next race and the rest of the season. Kimi is a very smart person, he's a med school student and he's a terrific athlete, so I have no doubt that he's gonna take care of this injury the best possible way. Martin is now heading up for the second to last big uphill running. You're gonna see that he's even reaching the top before we even can see Jürgen Trusselt that's down on the second place now because he's overtook Kimi. Next up we're coming to the plates. It's an obstacle of 2 plates hanging in the air where you're gonna do a flying monkey. Yeah, we see here now when Martin is jumping out to the first directly to the second, but he managed to lose a little bit of his momentum because the strings are super hard, but he lands it. Looks like he was on the line, but the referee gave him the thumbs up. Jürgen is coming about 30 seconds after, also jumping directly to the second one from the first one. Managed to make it look a little bit more easy than this. He lands it well over the line and might have done it a half second faster than Martin. He is now heading into the unstable ladder. This ladder is actually quite tricky because the steps are so small, but Martin makes it look easy. He's going down without his legs, doing a quick bicep technique. Jürgen Trusselt is coming in and is about 35 to 40 seconds behind. A little bit trick on the first step, but then he just find a smooth and calm technique and not wasting any time to lose any energy. For the moment we do not know where the third place person is, but all we know is that the two guys in the top have been really strong on obstacles and showing us that it's no longer just a running race, it's also about the obstacles. Martin is now having a quite good lead, and we can really see how his obstacle training has made him improve his racing a lot. Before he would usually be a good runner, but now he's still a good runner, but he's excellent on obstacles. Now he's getting into the spinning wheels, and you will see a sideways technique where he just goes side to side without doing any swings in betweens. And still keeping a great pace after. You can see his stride, he's keeping that sub 4 minute per kilometer pace. And now Jürgen Trusselt is getting into the spinning wheels. We will probably see him do a similar technique. Most of the guys in the elites here in Scandinavia are quite good, and you can see here going up and doing biceps sideways. For 2 years now, Martin has been practicing on an obstacle course together with his girlfriend Sara Forsström, and they both managed to become the Swedish champion last year. If you want to follow them on Instagram, their Insta account is Teamstream. And a little stumble on a ninja step, but no problem at all. It's really great now seeing Martin out here and showing how the obstacle efficiency have made him from being one of the guys who was just below the top to being the very best obstacle course racer in all of Sweden. Into the rope obstacle. You can see how Martin didn't hesitate, he did a high jump and doing some long reaches, and it's already done in just a few moves. Up into the technical trail again. And now he's gonna get down to the ski hill. Here he's gonna carry a big chain. It's a really heavy chain. Martin is making a smart move. He drags it instead of putting it all around him. He just drags it up the hill. There are still no other guys in sight. And while he's getting down, Jürgen Trusselt just arrived. He's one full obstacle behind. Now Martin is gonna get up all the way up for this long uphill. He's super strong and runs up the hill. Most guys will walk up. And now Jens Edberg is showing up. The third place finisher from Swedish Championship last year is less than 30 seconds after the second place Jürgen Trusselt. If you want to follow this amazing mountain goat from Norway on Instagram, his Insta account is Jürgeno2Trusselt. It's Edberg is closing in, but we know that Jürgen Trusselt is really good on the uphill and is also insane on the downhill. Jens' Instagram is Edberg_OCR. And down on 4th place we had Leon Kufu. And we have a battle about the 5th place. We have Kristoffer Adolfsson, we have Ulf Pedersen, Pontus Sjöblom and Alexander Lidberg. All 4 guys neck and neck about the 5th place. Martin Bäckström is now in the woods and he's on the balance beam. We You can see now how the rest of the field is starting to get up for the hill. So most guys are walking up, and you could see how Martin and the guys in the top, they were running up for the hill. Martin's now coming down to the heavy carry. It's a 60 kilo heavy bag. It's a short walking distance with it, but it's a really heavy bag.
Oh, yeah. Exakt 1 minut uppe på toppen.
And it's done. Running the wrong direction at first, but now it's just 1.5 kilometers left. It's kind of flat, and he's at more than 1 minute lead. You can see now how he's accelerating and having a great pace downhill. He still looks really fresh. He's not fatigued at all. Getting into the pipe obstacle. He's jumping out, doing an extra swing before touching the other bar, doing one more before jumping. He explaining for the cameraman that he took it safe. And look at that pace. He's really putting on a clinic. He's now getting into the blades. It's inverted walls. And you can see a perfect technique. He uses his leg, he uses his agility and getting over without muscling through. Smooth and easy. And now we're closing into the A-frame. The question here is he gonna do a double flip or is he just gonna do one flip? It's quite a big net.
Det här är jobbigt alltså.
And yeah, he's doing the double flip. Really smooth, really strong. Now it's just flat all the way to the finish line. Less than 1 kilometers left. And the other guys are now getting to the blades. Jürgen is doing a quite good technique on the blades. A little bit more muscling than Martin. Not quite as smooth, but really strong and really good technique. And Jens Edberg is now coming. Jens had lost a little bit on Jürgen. Apparently Jens was falling down the pipes. Jens is now doing also a little bit more of a muscling technique. Has a little bit of struggle on the second wall, but still has a quite smooth technique. They all are super strong in the top right now. Martin lifts the 80 kilo Atlas stone like nothing. Is now heading into the monkey bar. This monkey bar has square grip, which means you cannot swing on this one without ripping your hands. That's why Martin is doing this safe and kind of slow technique, but he's still doing it smooth and not risking to rip his hands. Jens is now up on the A-frame. Jens only did one flip, but he still made it quite fast. All the guys in top 3 are really excellent on obstacles. We are about 500 meters from the finish area, and we can now see Leon Kufu, the European champion. Leon is here on a training camp, so he's not going all in. He do not risk anything for his knee injury. He don't jump down stuff or is not running fast downhill. You should definitely follow this obstacle mastermind on his Instagram, Leon Kufu, and you see how great he did the obstacle with a double flip. Ulf Pedersen and Alexander Lidberg are more in a rush because they are 2 on the A-frame at the same time. It makes a little bit more pressure on them. Ulf's not doing a flip and Alexander's doing one flip. And at the same time you can see Pontus Sjöblom is getting up for the A-frame. Pontus is probably gonna do a double flip. Yes, he does a double flip. You can see how much faster it goes when you do a double flip and how much time you actually are earning on being efficient on the obstacles. Martin is now getting down to the swim. Now he has less than 2 minutes to the finish line. The water is quite disgusting. Maybe it's nice to cool down after being out running in this beautiful spring weather.
Bra jobbat Bäckström!
So he's doing a flip over the net. Now it's only a wall and a big ramp left. Then he has finished the race and will probably been winning his first ever Tough Viking. He got second one time 2019 and finally he's gonna grab that first place. A really impressive run from Martin today. Still looking so fresh, having no problem at all, getting onto the big wall, taking it easy. And it's over and it's done. Those ledges are actually quite much harder than it looks. And now he's on the last bit of the running. He's seeing the ramp. The crowd is cheering and nothing can stop Martin now. And of course getting on the first try. A great run today. Really worthy winner. Martin Bäckström, Team Stream. Here we have Jürgen Tresselt, a father of two, age group winner in London 2019 and now second place at Tough Viking. This year it's no more age group for Jürgen, it's elite. Jürgen Tresselt, second place finish. And for third place, from Mölndal OCR, Jens Edberg, third place at Swedish Championship, now third place at Tough Viking.
Beautiful strides.
On fourth place, running into the event area with a smile on his face, European champion Leon Kufu. Will he make the ramp on his first attempt? No, he just misses. Will he have enough time before Ulf and the other guys are coming?
Yeah.
No, it's not, but there come both Ulf and Alexander. But Leon has already turned and is doing it on the second try, getting up just before Ulf Pedersen. And Alexander Lieberget, he takes the ramp. But oh, look at this. Alex struggles with getting up from the ramp and Pontus Sjöblom comes from nowhere and grabbing that spot just before Alexander. As we bring Pontus over the finish line, we are wrapping up this broadcast. But first let's have a quick check on the top 10 and then check out a few of the obstacles. In first place we had Martin Bäckström from Team Stream and Helle IF. From second we had Jürgen Tresselt. In third we had Jens Edberg. Fourth Leon Kofod. Fifth Ulf Pedersen. Sixth Pontus Sjöblom. Seventh Alexander Lidberg. Eighth Kristoffer Adolfsson. Ninth Andreas Marsal. 10th Marcus Johansson. You can see how from the 4th down to 8th it was a really tight race with only 30 seconds between 4th and 8th. And let's now check out a few of the obstacles. First we had the monkey bar. Here we could see Martin and Leon with a long reach and no backswing technique. At the rings we could see Martin and Pontus. They were skipping a backswing while they were jumping a ring and kept the momentum going forward. At the spinning wheels they went sideways without using any backswing. And on the wall we saw some great agility while Martin was using his legs and finding a good technique out.